Smoking backwoods, marathon OG. What? Hustle. Yeah, I feel brand new like I just started this shit. Like it's the beginning. I know y'all been waiting. My foundation's solid, let's take flight. Hey, look, turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. I got that good, still in the hood. I kept my word, yeah, my nigga, I made good. 6-figure niggas in them V12s. No 10 niggas, so you see well. My Cuban lane, that's 14K. My presidential, I wear it every day. It symbolizes how I'm enterprising. I came from lint and dicky pockets, so I emphasize it. You check the file and niggas say I kept it silent. But fuck the rumors, money talks and you made less deposits. I dropped some videos, you should go check the comments. They love me all around the world, my nigga, what's your problem? Turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. All my liquor from France, my cars from Frankfurt. Told them keep they advanced, distribute and market my label. I own it all, I own it all. Word in them offices is that I want it all. That's right, I don't. And who the fuck is you? To question my request, I pay my fucking dues. Had a couple dreams, now they coming true. I'm at the porch line asking, do they come in coats? Walking out the club with 100 goons. Magnum bottles of the food and a pungent fuel. Model bitches stunting in them fucking shows. Bring your home girl cause she coming too. Fast cars with them leather seats. Drop top, she a fucking freak. Blow me down while we ride on BCH. I'm that pussy the great. Middle fingers in your face. Turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life.
I'm in Stone, I just came home. My flow is sick, disinfect the microphone. In '08 we told you we was never gone. Changing, we still on this marathon. I'm a heavy hitter like Barry Bonds. Lightweight set back for a heavy arm. Now I'm jumping on stage with my jury froze. Fresh out, spend the money, killed the movie role. It's all money in like a Brinks truck, and it's no money out like a prenup. You need to get your green up, cause me and my team up. Light up some flight, lace up my nights. Victory lap, tonight is the night. This is shit I waited for my whole fucking life. This is shit I waited for my whole fucking life.
Stop, turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. Turn off the lights, turn up my mic, roll up some flight. Let's all get right. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. It's that shit you waited for your whole fucking life. Like that. VL. TFC though. Fuck the middleman, proud to pay. HighHustle.com. Victory lap coming soon, nigga. Hustle.
I take you back in the raw. Okay. live, baby. What's good?
Not too much, man. How y'all boys feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great. How we doing? Roddy Rod.
What up? What up? Good afternoon.
Got a little feedback on you, Randall.
Oh, my bad.
Sound a little EDM was kicking off.
There we go. We good now.
So I think this is just a safe space for anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about stocks and investing, and ask questions, get questions answered, and also watch us as we try to get to 1 million.
Amen on that.
So, I mean, there's not yet any true flow, but I mean, unless anybody else has anything they want to add so far, I can hop into our watch list.
Hey, real quick, those YouTube, hold on one second. YouTube's buffering on me. So can you repeat a little bit of what the show's about real quick, just for the record?
The show is about being an open, I guess, and supportive place for people to learn a little bit more about the stock market. As a group, we've been able to come together and pinpoint some tactics and methods to try to safely invest and trade in the stock market. And we're still learning. So as we learn and increase our value, we want to make sure we're also bridging the gap for those who maybe just starting out or looking for a support group or, other ways to find tickers or signals or whatever you want to find. Again, this is just more like a cafe setting where it's like, come in, check it out, sip some tea, get some good knowledge, talk to a couple people, and then drop some gems yourself if you got some, and then head out to the world to, provide more blessings. But all in all, like I said, it's just a safe space to learn more about the stock market, really, and investing.
I bet. Let's get into it, man.
Let's do it. So I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know if it comes up correctly. Am I being seen on the screen?
Yep.
All right. So we got about 15 minutes, so we'll make this nice and easy, right? So we'll go through a couple of these just to see where we started, where we are today, and please ask questions, right? We don't want this to be super dry or too dense. So Pinterest is pins. When we looked at it, it was at 67.75. It hit the 77 level. When we looked at it, it was at 67.75. It hit the 77 level, but we didn't necessarily chart it out. So let's check real quick to see how far Pinterest is. It's currently at 64.96. And I don't know, I would say this looks like it's on sale just from a very quick look. I would say it's probably going to find its way to go back up towards this 69, 70 level. But we'll look at that a little bit later.
Hey, Doze, and where are you getting your levels from? Could you just explain that out? What you're looking at with the 70 and the...
So from just a quick look, I see we are currently at 64, right, which is kind of where my cursor is now. And then all of this, we call it consolidation back here, where it's just kind of like staying around the same level, is around the $70 range, right? You can see that over here on the right side. So I think just from a quick look, right? Again, I'm not doing a very technical dive just yet, but a quick look shows me the price is pretty comfortable around the $70 mark. And we dropped $3 today alone. So on a stock that's $64, $65, dropped $3. That's a pretty big drop in one day. So now who knows when it will turn around or if this is the bottom, but I do think it'll find its way back up a few bucks. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Do you think the market's just on a downward turn, or it's just like a momentary thing?
So that's one of the things I wanted to dive into too, was like, what do we want to look at for market indicators? Because there's days when the Dow's going down and the SPY's going up and the NASDAQ's doing something different, or all three are going the same direction. So I think all in all, there's some indicators that we need to try to pull together. But currently in today's market, like March 8th, I would say we're in a bit of a correction phase, but we're still in a bullish market. So there may be some stocks like Tesla who drop for a little while, but and Walmart and things like that. But there's going to be another rallying period soon after, I would say.
How much of an impact do you think the 1.9 trillion is going to have on everything? And what do you think people should look at because of it?
That's where I'm more of a technical trader, meaning like I look at the charts versus the news. Yeah. But so one saying is trade the rumor and sell the news. So if you get some sort of rumor that a company is going to do something, that's when you might want to invest and make that investment. But if you hear something in the news, like CNN or CBS or something like that, that's when it's probably already oversold or overbought, or people have already, taken advantage of that situation. So it might be a little bit too late for you to hop in, right? And I say might be because it's not absolute. But so with this money that's coming in, I would say that whatever hype that was created by the news has probably already affected the market in a way. Now we just have to wait for the windfall of cash that will actually hit the market. So I don't know when people will actually start seeing checks, but once that happens, you'll see a little influx of cash in the market. But that's how I feel about it. I don't know what you would look for necessarily. I guess maybe an increase in volume per se. What y'all think? What y'all think about that money coming in?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna do something. I think that's this being the third stimulus, though. The market already has seen what's happened the past two, so it's kind of like the effects are lessened. Plus, you got everything that's going on with the treasury yields right now as well, which I think is going to lessen the impact of what the stimulus would have done to the market, because it seems like a bunch of investors are pulling out their money to diversify in these yields, which is pulling a significant amount of money out of the market right now, which is causing that temporary bearish market throughout that whole bull run that we've been seeing for the past really 6-7 months. Great time to buy in, though. I think I look at everything that was going on, like for example, Square was at 275 like 3 weeks ago, and then it was hovering the 200s recently. But I look at situations like that as like, oh, that's a preview of what's to come. So like, you've seen Tesla hit almost 900. You've seen Square hit almost 300. You've seen Apple hit almost 150. So you know what's coming. So grab everything while you can while it's on sale now.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. So to get through a little bit more of this watch list, Apple, like you just spoke about, we charted this out on the 2nd of February, and our goal for the 30-day mark was 137.50. And let's go to Apple. Currently at 118. February 2nd. Let's zoom in here. All right, so this is February 2nd. So a couple of things that are important on a chart. And to be honest with you, my chart got a little funky on me, but we have time intervals here at the top of my chart. And a lot of charts that you'll use, you can customize to change things, but the ticker is right at the top, tells you the price, what the actual dollar amount change was. So it's down $3.33, and what the percentage change. So it's down $2, or it's down 2.73%. Now, if we were to go in here, on the intervals, right? So we're currently on a 2-hour interval. So that means all of these candlesticks, all of these blocks that you're seeing are 2 hours long. We'll dive in later to what the candlesticks and all that, but basically, just to look at our February 2nd mark, we were sitting at 135, and we drew in this blue line, most likely because of our MACD crossing down here. And that's a little more advanced, but we drew in this key level, right, this blue line, and then we drew in another key level based on probably some previous action that we saw, probably is crossing right here. And that is that red 137.50-ish, 137.14. And you'll see, if I zoom in, on the 4th, this candle got up to, it closed at 137.39. This candle wicked out at 137.33. And then this candle on the 9th wicked out at 137.88. So our target of 137.50 was hit nicely. Now, at the end of March, we were looking at 145. And I know we talked about charting these out with a very bullish mindset. And so I think as a team, it's nice too to look at trying to find the bottom, basically. It's just, Apple is pretty far from 145 at the moment. It would have to have an amazing month to get right back up to this level. But that's Apple. Got AMD. What is AMD? What do they do? You know?
I think they're a microprocessor
chip
like
company.
NVIDIA.
Computer chips. AMD's at 76.50. Our target was 91.50 from February 3rd. Same story basically. If we zoom in, February 3rd, we're sitting right around 87.75. And then we have this nice little jump right here that puts us at right over the 91 mark. So this candle closes at 91.99. This candle closes. I'm sorry, no, that was the high. This one closed at 91.54. This candle closed at 91.38. And then we just went even higher, got all the way up to 94.22 on the 12th of February. So again, hit our target pretty nicely. And like Rod was saying, this is, if you want to call it like foreshadowing in a way, like the fact that it came up to this level is a sign or indication that at some point, most likely we'll try to retest this level. So it might be a good time to buy if AMD is at $76, almost $20 below our previous target. And this is where I would say it's good to have a fundamental strategy. You know, like, do you know what type of company it is, what they do, who their CEO is, how he's running the company, all that kind of stuff. But so far, 2 for 2 on the 30-day mark. Again, pretty far away from our 60-day mark, but you never know. We'll see what happens. SLV, silver. Anybody still got any silver plays?
I do. I wish I didn't.
When's it expire?
Not till like June, I think.
June, okay. SLV 23.24. That's another one that hit our target. I should have put some dates on here when I hit the target, but the third and 25.46. Let me see what it was. It was at 24.97. So this is another thing I would say is important is when you're making your predictions and your entry points and stuff like that, it doesn't have to be like $2 or $3 or $20 away. It can be like 80 cents or 50 cents, because knowing and actually having an accurate depiction of where the price is going, you don't need a huge move if you have a bigger bag, if that makes sense. Somebody else may be able to explain that a little bit better, but if you're putting in more money and you get a smaller move, all of your money increases quicker than you need to have to make a $20 home run move. All right. But SLV was at 24.97 on the second, which is right here. Yeah, second or third. So we were sitting at 24.97. It dipped down, but then it came up here to our. Oh no! Did I just move that? I don't know how to go back. Let me zoom in. 25.63 was the high wick here. 25.70 high wick there, and again 25.46 was our target. So if you're getting options, or if you're, you see the stock is dipped, like SLV's $2 below our target and $4 below our 60-day target. It may not hit it in 60 days, but it may hit it in 65 days, 70 days, something, right? If you still think it's a bullish stock. Disney, I feel like it may be a miracle hit on Disney. Shouldn't call it a miracle, but we charted out Disney on the 8th. It was at 190. And it recently was all the way down to 184. And by recently, I mean on the 5th, which was Friday. But on the 2nd or 3rd, we were at 190. So we're right around here. Wait, is that? No, the 8th. I'm sorry, on the 8th. So yeah, we're up here on the 8th, where our red line is, and our call is for 205. 205. So we have About 3.5 hours left in the day. We'll see if Disney can go ahead and hit that 205 for us. Exactly 30 days out from when we charted it. I think if we would have bought a Disney option for 205 back at 30 days ago, we would definitely be in the money right now. Would you guys agree with that?
If you would have bought a window
On the 8th of February for 205.
you would be in the money now. Yeah, I would think so. I'm gonna just look at let me look at it on Robinhood.
How is that? Yeah, can you like back check that somehow?
No, you can't back check it.
Change.
You can kind of, dang, Disney's up $10 today, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Okay. Shut up. It's about to hit 2201.
205. 205 is still out of the money. Right now.
How does that? That's why I be trying to figure out where time comes into play. Because if you got it right now, I'm sure it's out of the money. But if you got it 30 days ago,
I get
would that make a difference?
If you got it 30 days ago, it would have been even further out of the money.
Why would you think that?
Because if it's still out of the money now, and the price for Disney was, let me see,
it was 190.
Yeah, so if the price is, if it's not in the money now and the price was lower back then that would have meant 205 was further out of the money. Like as an option to choose from.
I definitely don't understand, but I think I know what you're saying.
Like, I don't know if I can share my screen.
You on your laptop or phone?
Yeah, I can.
You can
Let me see if I can. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Got to log into Robinhood real quick.
So does the premium affect whether or not you're in or out of the money?
I'm not too sure. I think it just, the closer the stock price is to the strike price is what determines if it's in or out of the money. So let me see. 944. Like, have you ever seen it when it drops in the money? Like you'll see something actually drop in the money.
Not necessarily, I guess.
You watch a fast moving stock, you'll watch them like drop into the money. So let me see. Okay, so I'm sharing. Let me share my screen.
But like I'm looking at Disney at 205. The premium is 196 on it. And I'm just like, I highly doubt it was that price 30 days ago.
It would have been cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, so it would have been, you see, so you see how, like, you know, in the money is at the bottom, out of the money is up top.
Mm-hmm.
So this 205 would have been somewhere around here 30 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
205, it would have been like around one of these two 30 days ago. So it would have been even further out of the money, if that makes sense.
Right. But if I paid, let's say, $100 for them, and now today they're worth 194, or you don't think it would have worked that way?
Oh yeah, that I'm not sure about. See, from my understanding, like you did this before, but I tried it and I messed up on it. But if you buy something that's in the money, like the $200 strike, you will start making money immediately. I'm not sure if you start making money as soon as these convert over, which is why I perceive them as out of the money. But you bought something up here once for Apple for like $40, and you made like a few bucks off since price movement. But I don't know if you made money because by the time it hit, it went in the money, or if it was still out of the money. So I'm not too solid on how that.
Me either. Cause yeah, I'm like, I think if I would have grabbed, and that's why I should have put some prices or something else on here too at that end. But to see how much the option would be and how much money we could have made or did make. Excuse me. Where we at? Riot. I didn't chart Riot out, but I just wanted to see what type of movement it would have. And that was on the 12th at 52.84. Riot is now at 40.82. $14. So that's another possible on stale situation.
Yeah, and I would say Riot. I take what Randall said about like things that follow along blockchain. Be careful with them because Riot all the way up at 81 point went down, but NIO is one huge sale. NIO is it's an EV company, and they're dropping in the 30. But like NIO, I think it's going to be, like when you look at cannabis, clean energy, those are two things that are only going to continue to advance, and they're part of the clean energy vibe. So from a long-term hold perspective, they might be, once they bottom out, that might be a good one to, I'm going to jump into it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I like NIO.
Why is NIO tanking so much?
It's everybody. It's just what, from my understanding, from what I read, because the treasury yields are producing a higher return than they have in the past, I think like 5-10 years. Investors are just diversifying their portfolios. So if you are a conservative investor and you're making a portfolio for a wealth management and you want, an easy 3 to 5% gain off of something, and you can afford to dump it into a treasury yield, you're just going to pull your money out the market and put some of it into this treasury yield. So it's not like people are abandoning the market, but when you got these huge players who are taking out hundreds of millions of, or billions of dollars out of the market at once to diversify, they have to sell some of their stock, and so that's why everything is tanking down right now, because people are pulling money out.
Agreed. Next one on the list here, ACST. This is my baby. This is my get back stock right here. Made me lots of money so far. A bit of a change in the pattern, but it might just be a super huge swoop. That's what I'm looking for. But I always show these little swoops that were continuously happening, and I was able to get in at the bottom of this swoop. Maybe not the bottom. I was in probably about 79 on this swoop, near the bottom, and I sold out at about 118, 119. So now we are down here. I was in at like 88 and ended up selling at like 60 something. So I took a hit, but then I got back in at like 58, and now I'm in the money and waiting for ACST to hit our target of 113. Waiting for ACST to hit our target of 113 by the 135 by the 16th. Since it's a penny stock, I think that's something that is doable any day, right? Like it just pop quick. Last one on here is Ford. That's 1240. Ford 1281, 1282. Our target is $13 by the 25th of March. So we're looking pretty strong on that Ford hit. Ford's looking good. Got a MACD crossing. RSI's at 67, which is solid. SNDL up 3 cents today.
You still looking at SNDL?
Yeah, I still got an SNDL play. Or 2 years from now.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had that 2023 play.
Mm-hmm. 2 years from now. That's an investing trade.
It's at 117.
Just a quick dry run. Probably next show we'll dive into how we chart some stuff out and really draw up on the technical analysis.
Yeah. Keep growing, keep going.
Now, fellas, got anything to add before we hop off?
No, the more we stay in touch, the better. How often do we think about doing this?
What do you think, Dose?
I think once a week sounds like a good starting point. Unless, I mean, I'm gonna still be doing the Bullup calls on Zoom, but I don't know if we just want to go ahead and replace it. But Randall, I know you have to be a big part of this setup, so I would say once a week, maybe.
Yeah, I would say like the live streaming, like once a week's cool, but I mean we can do our sessions whenever, you know. In terms of going live, like once a week's probably good.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Works for me.
I bet. Any last words, fellas?
No, man. Be safe out there.
Be safe. Be great.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, that was hey, congratulations to us, man. First episode, you know, nice little prelude. We learning and growing together. It's only gonna go up from here.
For sure.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, Randall, for this. It's actually it's a manifesto presto itself. So
Yeah.
I think it's real determined to get some more ideas and content so we can bring some stuff to the table and be a little more concerted in our efforts. Like I know I want to be like, all right, well, you know, what could I bring that I could have a little segment and say like, hey, here's some relevant information versus just kind of mulling around. So I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Word. Appreciate y'all. Well, everybody, hope y'all enjoyed the first episode. I guess the prelude to the first, you know, we calling this the prelude.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. Till next time. Peace.
And I'm so tired, yeah, all I need is good vibes. Shit ain't right on this side, yeah, all my niggas dying and the president be lying. I got Zop in this raw, I wanna fly, put the Zaza in the sky. Shit ain't right on this side, yeah, all my niggas dying and the president be lying. I got Zop in this raw.